All right, well, good evening and welcome everybody. We thank you for joining one of our many IACAC seminars as part of our virtual college exploration program. We're excited to have you start with us. My name is Scott Lilly. I'm a counselor at Glenbard East High School. I also serve on our IACAC board, and I have the distinct privilege of introducing you to one of the fine gems here in the state of Illinois. If you're looking for a nice affordable option with some great programs, look no further than Eastern Illinois University, but I don't want to take away their thunder. Just want to give you a couple things really quick here. As we're going through, please know that your cameras and your microphones are turned off, but if you do have a question, you are welcome to put it in the Q&A for our presenters, as they will be checking that throughout the presentation, try and meet your needs there. We would encourage you that after the presentation, you go back onto IACAC's website and please sign up for some more of our programs. We hope you're enjoying them. We love giving them to you. We want to make this valuable resource available to you. And the last little note I'm going to mention is at the end of this presentation, we will be asking you to fill out a brief survey. So just if you can hang on at the end of the call and watch our screen at the end, we'll present that to you. So that is enough of me, because I'm not the guy you want to hear from. Today, you want to hear from our guests, Brittany and Omar, our friends from Eastern Illinois University. So guys, I will go ahead and make it available. If we need to share a screen, we can go ahead and let you do that. And I'll go ahead and stop mine here. And if you want to take away Omar or Brittany, let's go ahead.
No problem. No problem. Well, definitely. Thank you so much, Scott. I'm about to say something that pretty much students, you guys have heard 17 million times. I'm going to share my screen. So hopefully you can hear me. But my name is Omar Solomon. I am a regional admissions counselor at Eastern Illinois University. I'm also a proud alum of EIU. I graduated in 2009 with a degree in communication studies. And I've been working at EIU for over a decade now. So yes, I am one of those old guys. I started with hair on my head and it's matriculated down to my beard. So I'm super excited to talk to you guys today about EIU. Let me turn it over to my associate director and she will introduce herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Brittany Tierney. I'm the Associate Director at Eastern Illinois University. I also am an alum of EIU. I got my master's here in school counseling, and my undergrad degree was in psychology with a minor in criminal justice. So loved my experience. Right after graduation, decided to stay in EIU admissions and have loved it ever since. So we're excited that you're with us tonight. We're hoping to give you lots of great information, and I will be manning the Q&A, so feel free to ask any questions that you guys have tonight.
Thank you so much, Brittany. And definitely, so if you guys have any questions whatsoever, feel free to just type them in the Q&A. We'll definitely get to them either at the end of the presentation or also follow up with you at a later date. But I'm so excited once again to talk to you guys about EIU. And before we begin, let me start with a nice video to me that really exemplifies everything that EIU has to offer. So check out this video and enjoy.
Regardless of where you come from, your culture, your background, there's a place for you on this campus. There's always going to be a faculty or staff member or alumni or student on campus who will make sure that you will achieve all the goals that you want to achieve. Whether it's research, sports, study abroad, internships, EIU gives countless opportunities to every student here, and it's a perfect place to succeed. Everyone on campus ensures that all of the students are put first. The staff and faculty are fully engaged to make sure that all of us can achieve all of our goals. We have a kind of unique experience and culture where we all can truly connect to each other on a one-on-one basis because of the structure of EIU. Four years ago, when I arrived on EIU's campus, I was kind of nervous about the transition. You know, I didn't know if I would fit in. I didn't know if I'd be ready for the rigor of college or for a new experience to be away from home. I was just uncertain about a lot of things. But as I prepare for graduation this semester, I'm excited to say that EIU has definitely changed me for the better. It has made me more organized, detail-oriented, confident, engaged, and just generally happy. You know, EIU it's reshaped my way of thinking. You know, I feel more optimistic about the world and about my career and my goals and my future, and I am confident that every student at EIU will say the same.
I love that video. Edwin was an amazing student at EIU, graduated last year and had an internship in DC as soon as he graduated. So let's talk about EIU. Who are we? What are we? So we are a medium-sized public state comprehensive university that's not too big, not too small. So everything that a large university has, but in a medium-sized package. We're located in Charleston, Illinois. So you may be asking, Omar, Brittany, where is Charleston? So that is in the east central part of the state. So about 45 minutes south of the Champaign-Urbana region. We're also about 2.5 hours from the Chicagoland area, St. Louis, and Indianapolis. So we're close to 3 major metropolitan cities. What does that mean? We're not too far from home. So meaning if you need to go wash clothes on the weekend and do some laundry, you can do that. But we're also far enough away that your parents aren't going to knock on the door. Think about that. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, being a medium-sized school, just under 10,000 students. You're going to get that personal attention. 17 to 18 is the average classroom size here at EIU. All right, 14-to-1 with a student faculty ratio. You're going to build that relationship for 4 years, having that opportunity to go to the next level. Also, 3 consecutive years of enrollment growth. How about that? There's a momentum here at Eastern. Our students are excited. Our students are growing. They're learning. I compare it to my favorite movie of all time. It's called High School Musical. Have you guys seen it? Feel free to type in the Q&A if you had. But here at EIU, we are all in this together. You get my joke? We bop to the top because we're breaking free, because you are the music in me. Now, I don't dance, but if you get your head in the game and bet on it, you can have it all here at EIU, because we don't stick to the status quo. Every opportunity for academic success to go to the next level here at the university. Consistently ranked, of course, and U.S. News World Report, a very safe campus as well, according to SafeWise. So, and all these universities that you're going to hear from throughout this time, your junior or senior year, they're going to have all these rankings. But the key thing is to research the university, and also to see if it's a university where you're going to build a relationship with the faculty. And to me, that's what's so important here at EIU. 3rd highest graduation and retention rates in the state of Illinois. And also there's an amazing job placement rate, which I'll talk about in just a second. All right. 90 different majors and minors to choose from. Feel free, once again, to type in the Q&A what majors that we're thinking about. So Eastern, originally founded as an education school, we're the 2nd largest producers of teachers in the state. So you might be surprised if you ask one of your fellow teachers or administrators in your high school, they might come from EIU. It's fairly certain, especially if you're south of I-80. So education is definitely one of our most popular programs. Business, if you're thinking management, accounting, finance, international business, management, information systems. You're getting a top-notch program that's located directly across from our career services. So if you're looking for internships or help with your resume or your cover letters, job fairs each and every year. We actually just held a virtual job fair this week. So we're still finding ways to provide that access to our students. Business is such an amazing program. EIU just recently received the $1 million donation from the Lumpkin family. We have a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. So for years, we've had a pre-nursing program with a partnership with the Lakeview School of Nursing, but here at EIU now, we have a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. So our students are gonna have the opportunity to get a BSN, a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, from EIU, with also a simulation lab, so you're getting that hands-on experience. Some other great programs, of course, there's sociology, there's psychology, there's the pre-med, pre-dentistry. So you have all these opportunities to go to the next level, even fun and unique programs like sports management. Did you even know that here at in the NBA Finals, an EIU alum is represented? EIU, actually, the social media coordinator for the Los Angeles Lakers is an EIU alum. His best friend is a social media content creator for JaVale McGee, a center for the Lakers. So you can definitely start near and go far. Okay. So 99% of our classes are taught by full-time or part-time faculty members. You're going to know your professors. And I really want to stress that, because no matter what university that you're going to, are you going to build that relationship? When you want to get a job, we all want to get a job. Raise your hand virtually, so I can't see you, but you can still raise your hand. We all want to get that job once we graduate. So building that relationship, your first reference 9 times out of 10 is going to come from a faculty member. So the academic opportunities here at EIU definitely grows each and every year. There's opportunities for study abroad. You know, in a normal year, we're number 2 for master's level institutions for sending our students abroad. You know, there's a lot of scholarship opportunities with that as well. You know, so, and one of the biggest myths, guys, about study abroad is that it's so expensive. It's really not. There's so many scholarship opportunities. It happens either in the fall, spring, and or summer, shortened terms, full semesters. I've had students that have gone to South Africa. I mentioned sports management before. We had students that went to London and got to see Wimbledon and got to see so many opportunities. Once again, starting there, having every opportunity to be successful. We are truly, to use another tagline, sized for success here at EIU. Think about that. If you look at the screen, you'll see that 91% of our students will get a job within 5 to 6 months after graduation. And that's what it's all about. It's about that return on your investment. So students are getting jobs after they graduated. So my major back in the day was communication studies. They said, Omar, you have such a voice for radio. And I would say, what? I don't have a face for TV? That was my joke. But anyways, but I was also involved in so many things. I was a tour guide. I was an orientation leader. And we'll talk about involvement in just a second. But that involvement really helped lead me to my profession. And I found a job that I love. And I tell students all the time, if you find a job that you love, you'll never work a day for the rest of your life. And that's what EIU students are getting. They're receiving that investment from the faculty, from the staff, from their peers, and they're going into the workplace and they're satisfied. 9 years, we've polled our students, we polled our alumni, 99% of them will do it all over again. That says so much about the impact. So there's internship opportunities you can have at EIU, but you might be asking yourself, Omar, Brittany, I might be undecided. The shoulder shrug is my major. It's okay. It's okay not to know. You don't have to come in with the major. You can meet with career services. You meet with your academic advisors. I've had students I recruited that came into EIU as a biological sciences major and graduated with a master's degree in college student affairs. So I've seen all ends of the spectrum. It's definitely okay. So take your time. There's no rush. You are the average age of 17, so you're only halfway to 34. All right. Opportunity is everywhere, guys. There's so many opportunities to do here at EIU to get you guys involved. So especially in a normal year, there's over 200 clubs and organizations. So academic clubs, cultural clubs, even fun little silly clubs. If you want to run around on the room and play Quidditch in the quad, there's a Harry Potter club just for you. There's esports. So if you want to play Apex or League of Legends, intramural sports, we're a Division I university as well. So you actually heard EIU on Monday Night Football yesterday. Tony Romo, he is the broadcaster for CBS, but he was on Monday night yesterday. But Tony Romo made the call. He's an EIU alum. Jimmy Garoppolo, quarterback of the Super Bowl runner-ups, the 49ers, another EIU alum. Sean Payton, head coach of the Saints. So EIU is everywhere, even in the Chicago Bears. Ryan Pace, the GM, former EIU alum as well. They all played football. So you could definitely start near. All the athletic events, guys, they're paid for your student fees. A lot of community service opportunities here at EIU. In past years, we've done over 100,000 hours of community service, so we definitely get back. Very inclusive campus. I really want to stress that, over about 25% students of color. So the opportunities to engage with our students, to push them, to understand them, and to listen. I think that's one of the most important things here at EIU we wanted to. So organizations like our MPHC fraternities and sororities, the Black Student Union, Strong Male Mentoring, all those opportunities are everywhere for our students to take advantage of here at Eastern. All right. So another thing that we do, we poll our students. They always say, we ask our students, what 2 words stand out when you think about Eastern? Number 1, they always talk about home. It feels like home. Number 2, affordability. Because we want to make sure there's an affordability piece here. All right, so here at EIU, being a state university, we want to make sure that we are also affordable. As you see on the screen, your tuition is locked in for 4 consecutive years. All right. And we also rent our textbooks. It's $9.95 a credit hour. So all your textbooks are going to cost you just under $300. Think about that. Just under $300 for all of your textbooks. If we move down to the room and board, we're the first residential campus in the state of Illinois. High satisfaction rates. Academically, our students are successful when they stay on campus. Your meal plan can be anywhere from 7, 10, 12, 15, or unlimited meal swipes. There's an all male, all female, gender neutral, co-ed residence halls. It's an amazing opportunity to meet your best friends. I was at a wedding a few years ago from one of my homies who ended up being my college roommate in a house that we had, but we all met on the same floor. And then everybody at the wedding was from that floor. So think about that. You're building relationships from people from all walks of life, all across the country, and you can come together at a place like Eastern. It's beautiful. And you still might be asking yourself, Omar, Brittany, still $22,000. What am I going to do? How am I going to afford that? There's an answer for you. A lot of scholarship opportunities here at EIU. So let's talk about our automatic scholarships. All right. You see on the screen, there's test reported scholarships that start with a 3.0 and a 20 or a 1030 on the SAT. But I want to focus on the test optional scholarships. One thing we want to provide is there's access here at EIU. We really want to break down the barriers of higher education and going test optional. And this is something we were planning on doing before the pandemic, but having the opportunity to go test optional now is so great for our students. And there's also test optional for your scholarships. So they're scaled, as you see on the tiers, 2,000, 3,000, and 4,000 based off of your GPA, starting with the 3.3. So the higher the GPA, the higher the scholarship opportunity. Now, also, if you do have the SAT and you have the higher scholarship with the SAT, you'll still get awarded that at Eastern, so we want to make sure that we break down barriers. There's a lot of scholarship opportunities through our honors college. If you have a 3.75 and you rank in the 10% of your class ranking, you can be eligible for our honors college scholarships. So that's the Pemberton Scholarship or the Pemberton Presidential Scholarship, which is up to a full ride, or the Presidential Scholarship, which is tuition and fees. For schools that don't use a class rank, feel free just to shoot me an email, or myself and Brittany. I'll make sure we report that at the end, and I'll make sure I get an answer for you guys as well. All right. And also, if we have any transfer students on, we're just looking at the credit hours and your GPA as well. So basically, same thing similar to our merit awards for the freshmen, but it's based on the amount of credit hours and your GPA. All right. And feel free, guys, if you guys have questions, just go ahead and list them in the Q&A. I'll try my best to get to them afterwards. And also, Brittany, if you feel free anything that I missed out, just feel free to jump in and we'll jump in and get it started. All right. In terms of the application criteria, what are we looking for here at Eastern? What are we looking for with our students? So, of course, 4 years of English, 3 to 4 in your math, science, and history classes. If you're taking at least 2 years of a foreign language or to C or better, you wouldn't have to take it here at EIU. Okay. Being a test optional school, there's only really 3 things that you need to do to complete your application. Number 1, you have to apply. My EIU is where you apply here at Eastern. It brings EIU to you. So in terms of the application, the next steps of enrollment, checking on your financial aid, which is now open. So I encourage you all to apply for FAFSA. Checking on your housing and your orientation, that is all on your My EIU. So create a My EIU profile today, and you can submit that application. Guess what? Happy birthday, happy holidays. Your application is free until October 15th. So you can save $30. That's my present to you today. Okay. Of course, after that, you'll just need to send your official high school transcripts. You can have your school counselor send those electronically. You can send them through a DocuFind or Naviance service as well. So, and that pretty much completes your application. As you see, a test optional requirement, 3.3 range, really about a 3.0 range. If a student falls below that range, like a 2.5 to a 3.0 range, we want to see additional documentation. So that's letters of recommendation. That's personal statements, all right? With the test reported scores, it starts at around 2.5 and 18 in terms of our general criteria. Now, the average scores here at EIU is roughly around a 3.3 and a 21-22 on the ACT, all right? So, of course, like I said, with those letters of recommendation, we want to hear from a core class teacher. We want to hear from a school counselor, from that personal statement. Tell that story. Your class and every class before that, you guys are going through something that I couldn't imagine, so I'm not living in your shoes. So talk to us about what's happening in this pandemic. Talk to us how you persevere. Talk to us what's been going on in the family. Feel free, share your story. That really helps us in terms of making a holistic decision here at the university. All right. And for our transfer students, if we have any on there, once again, the application is free until the 15th of October. You'll just need to send your official transcripts, and we're looking for at least 24 semester hours with a 2.0. And if you're under that, we're going to look at your high school criteria. Okay. So before we get ready to wrap up and go into questions, I want to just talk to our students about visiting the university. Now, here at EIU, you might be asking yourself, it's a pandemic, Omar, what is going on? Like, how can I come visit? So you actually can still visit. We are offering campus tours with a mask currently right now. They are limited in your registration. So if you go to eiu.edu and register on your My EIU account, you can do a campus visit. Another great program coming up here at EIU is called Preview EIU. So naturally, normally we would have an open house next Monday on Columbus Day. But with the current climate, we are taking that virtual. So Preview EIU is an amazing program starting on October 12th through the 15th, and it's going to be from 6 to 8 each week, or 5 to 8. Or no, 6 to 8, excuse me, each day. So you'll have the opportunities to hear from our faculty, various departments. You'll have opportunities to hear from the student panels and talk about their experiences, who loved, of course, that student experience. I'm kind of young, I'm 34, but that student experience is definitely second to none, hearing about that. You're going to hear about the academic process, the enrollment steps each day. So if you feel free, if you have any questions, you can go to that. Also, if you want to do a virtual tour, eiu.edu/virtual, you can schedule a virtual tour. You can schedule a virtual appointment with myself or a counselor in your region. So you'll have every opportunity to learn. So definitely, I really want to encourage you guys to enjoy this college process, take advantage of this college process. But I'm going to turn over to Brittany real quick to see if she has any final thoughts to say, and then we're going to open it up for questions.
Yeah, I just want to again thank you all for jumping on tonight. Eastern is definitely a home for both of us. Have loved our experience and are just here to try to connect and answer questions that you guys have. So feel free to throw them in the chat. We'll answer them either live or privately to you. But we want to make sure that as you're spending your evening with us, that you're getting all of the questions answered that you have, or just learning more about Eastern and things that you don't know. So feel free to shout some things out, and we'll go ahead and get started. Omar, if you want to talk about a little bit more about housing and what kind of options students have living on campus.
No problem. So it's such an amazing opportunity for our students when they're in our residence halls. You guys hear them, you probably think of the word dorm, but to me, I'm a former RA, I don't say that word. But so with the residential experience here at EIU, you have the opportunity to stay at every hall except for one, Stevenson Tower. That's for our upperclassmen students and for our transfer students. So this year was a little different because of with COVID-19 happening in the current pandemic. Our current freshmen, they all have their own individual room. So every incoming student this year had their own individual room at no upcharge. So next year, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm torn on that. Being a former RA, I love that roommate experience. To me, it helps you grow. But definitely for safety purposes, I thought it was an amazing idea of our university. Staying on campus, we have resident hall dining centers on campus. So I'm a fan of Taylor Hall Dining. They're the home of the chicken strips: pepper chicken strips, spicy chicken strips, strips of fire, beer batter chicken strips, Italian blend chicken strips. We got chicken 4 days. If you ask anyone, it's the real reason I came back to work at Eastern. Okay. Thomas Hall has late night dining, so late night pizza, pasta, burgers. Stevenson has sandwiches, salads, and soup, RO dining as well. We also have a Union on campus where they have Chick-fil-A, Panther Dining and Grill, Subway on campus. So it's an amazing residential experience. Each hall has a hall council. They put on programs and events. So a lot of those events happening right now are virtual. So virtual Madden tournaments, virtual Zoom events, virtual game nights, things of that nature. Some bathrooms, some residence halls are community style bathrooms, some are residential, but we have BSWs, which are building service workers that are always cleaning the buildings 24/7 to make sure that, our Panthers are staying safe. So it's an amazing residential experience. I loved it. I came in as a transfer student, so I lived on campus. My first year that I was an RA, I met my best of friends, and I lived off campus in the fraternity house. So having every opportunity though to stay on campus, to have everything close to you, to me was so beneficial. Thank you for the question. Any other questions, guys? Feel free. Like I said, no question is a silly question. I can also talk to you guys briefly about making that transition and getting involved. And people always ask me, Omar, what is the most important piece of advice that you can give to an incoming student when they're thinking about college? And to me, number one is to get involved. Get involved. Having the opportunity to get involved, be it as like a tour guide, as a not teaching assistant, in the residence hall dining centers, working the front desk. Those opportunities will help in terms of what scholarship opportunities. It's going to help you grow as a young professional. It's going to really expand your portfolio. So to me, if you want to ask the biggest piece of advice for a student looking into college, get involved, say yes. You never know what you can do until you can do it. Like I said, I never would have stumbled upon this amazing profession if I wasn't involved. And now I've been doing it for 11 years. And if you would have asked me back in the day, I would have never dreamed of doing this. So definitely getting involved. What would be the biggest piece of advice you would give our students, Brittany?
Oh, that's usually my advice. Is when I look at my college experience, I was also a transfer student. So once I transferred, finding your people, finding the organizations, is what made the university home for me. Every school is going to have your program and your majors, and you're going to go to class, and you're going to have a great academic experience. But what makes something unique is how you get involved outside of the classroom. I was able to participate in different organizations. I did undergraduate research with the psychology faculty at Eastern, and so it definitely makes a unique impact and allowed me to go to graduate school and have unique things to talk about that I don't think everyone else had that experience during their undergrad experience. So just getting involved, even if it's getting out of your comfort zone a little bit, taking advantage of the opportunities that are there.
Thank you so much. Looks like we have another question. So what do we have?
Okay. Can we talk a little bit about safety on campus, what that looks like?
No problem. Definitely a very safe campus. One of the biggest things, and I like to speak, since I've been doing this for a while, working with families, working with parents, I want to make sure that if the students going away to college, I want to make sure that, they're going to be safe. And we really stress that here at EIU. Our police are 24/7, one by foot, one by bike, one by car. We have blue emergency poles located all throughout the campus. So if if you're walking by yourself or you just feel like you need some additional assistance, you can press that pole. Charleston's a very safe community also as well. So we really want to stress that with our students. To get inside the buildings, you need 2 keys, a key for your floor and also a key for the building as well. There's night assistants that work also in the buildings. So they're patrolling the buildings in the after hours just to make sure that you are safe. The RAs do rounds. So it's definitely a very safe campus. I never felt, out of place there at the university. I'll have the opportunity to learn and grow. So I enjoyed it being in a slower pace. Myself coming from the Chicagoland area, it was a different pace for me at first, but I loved it. I loved everything about the Charleston region. People held the door for me. They said hi. I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? No, but definitely very safe campus. One thing that we really want to make sure if you're going away to college is that our students are going to be safe.
And then another question, kind of going back to housing, is what is the resident/commuter ratio on campus? How many students are living on campus?
No problem. So we're mostly a residential campus. I think that's one of the key things that makes the EIU experience second to none. We are residential. We want to get to know you. And of course, we do have students that are off campus, so I would say roughly a 70-30 because mostly it's our incoming class that are staying, our freshmen that are staying on campus. But, you can have the opportunity to stay off campus and be a commuter if you're in that 50-mile radius. But even with our commuter students, they're still getting involved in student government, in university board programming. So I really stress that. We do events for our commuters as well. There's a commuter lounge, so if your students are staying off campus, the apartments are very affordable in the Charleston area, especially compared to the Chicagoland area. Like when I lived there as a professional and I was paying like rent of $375, I was like, ooh. So you won't find that anywhere else, but it's definitely a great commuter experience. And also, but mostly our students are on campus residential or the residence halls or the apartment. Any other final questions? And definitely guys, feel free. If we don't get to your questions, we'll definitely follow up afterwards. My email is oasolomon@eiu.edu. Looks like we have another question coming in.
Okay. Are there housing rules for, freshmen or sophomores?
Yes, so don't break anything. No, I'm kidding. So there's definitely residential rules. There's a student handbook that our students follow. for our students to be on campus. And of course, this year it's a little bit more strict. Of course, we have an updated handbook and guidebook for our students that are staying on campus during this current time, because the key thing is we want to make sure that our students are safe. So there is a mask policy when you are in the building, except for inside of your room, and usually on your floor as well. But definitely very safe campus right now. There's a guidebook, and for more follow-up questions, feel free to just shoot me an email if it's a general housing specific question, and we can definitely follow up via email, or you can just give me a call because I'm available. Other questions?
Let's see here.
Great questions so far, guys.
Okay. In terms of rules as well, are freshmen and sophomores required to live on campus or off campus?
No problem. So incoming freshmen are required to stay on campus for your first year, unless you live in a 50-mile radius. And to me, that's an amazing opportunity, that residential experience. You're going to meet your best of friends staying on campus. Now, of course, I do understand that it is a current pandemic, so there's a lot of differences, a lot of things that are changing throughout the wind, but we are a residential campus where our incoming students do stay on campus their first year. No problem. Definitely. Thank you guys so much. Brittany, do we have any final questions before we wrap up?
I am not seeing any. Pop in.
No problem. Well, definitely. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to turn it back over to Scott. EIU. We definitely appreciate you guys for listening in tonight. Enjoy your night and continue to stay safe.
Well, thanks, Omar and Brittany. And that was fantastic, as exactly what I expect out of EIU every time. And I think one of the things that Omar put out there for you guys that I would encourage you, just like your school counselors always have, these guys are counselors as well, and they want you to be at your best landing spot. So if you do have questions about your options at EIU, let them know, reach out to them. You're going to go ahead and email them or call them. They would love to help you out and get your questions answered, because, as you heard from Omar, the focus at EIU is they want to make sure that that you are happy with their campus and you're going to contribute to that campus. So they only want people there who want to be there. So if it's the right fit for you, they'd like to help you get there. And if it's not, they're going to be honest with you. They're going to direct you to a place that might be a better fit for you. So we encourage you to connect with any of your admissions counselors at any schools to help find out if their school is the right fit, or if they can help direct you to a place that might be more appropriate for you. So thanks again, Brittany and Omar. Great job as always. Just reminding, the recordings are available for you on the IACAC website for this presentation or any presentations we're doing throughout our program. We appreciate you participating, and we'd ask you to participate on more. If you have any other sessions you'd like to join, please find them at iacac.org. And again, once this video concludes here, you will be prompted to fill out a brief survey. We'd ask for your feedback on that to let us know how we did. So again, thank you for joining us. Any further questions, please connect with our folks at EIU. Again, Brittany and Omar, thank you for a wonderful presentation, and good night, everybody.